This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. The Sharon Latham interview series is brought to you by selfieguide.co.uk. Go over and check it out. Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Long time since I spoke to you last. I'm still here in Lithuania. However, still bringing you videos. It's been a long day again. Only a few more days to go. I'll be back home in Manchester at around about midday on Saturday. Sadly, first thing Sunday morning, I'm flying back off to Bulgaria for a week of training. So, yeah, missing all the football this time of year. It's doing my head in. But it is the busiest time for us as a business, so we have to go where the work takes us. So, anyway, this video is about the Hoffenheim preview for tomorrow night. Now, we tried to get in contact, or I sent emails and messages to Hoffenheim fans asking if they'd be interested in giving a pre-match interview, but there are so few of them. It's a really sort of small supported club, local club. So I eventually got in touch with somebody called Tobias, who I originally thought was actually a Hoffenheim fan. As it turns out, he's a Manchester City fan, living in Germany, and absolutely loves the club. So anyway, I emailed him the other night and said, look, I'm here in Lithuania. I wanted to try and get to the game. That was my intention, and I thought, is there any way I can finish my course early tomorrow night, jump on a flight from Vilnius to Stuttgart, and then jump on a train, and then I'd meet up with Tobias outside the ground. Sure he'd be able to get me a ticket, and I was really excited, thinking, oh yeah, that'd be great, and then realised it's an early kick-off, and there's just absolutely no way, with the time difference here, that I would be able to, even across a border, get to Stuttgart in time. So I was absolutely gutted, because for 24 hours I was all excited, thinking, oh, I'm just going to buy a ticket and I'll get there and it's going to be really great and meet up with Tobias and what have you. But it's not to be. Tried my hardest to get there, but time difference, I can't finish my course sort of midday or 1 o'clock even to try and get a flight. You know, it normally finishes at 6 o'clock in the evening, so it'd been neglect of me to do that because it's for business. But anyway, so Tobias kindly got in touch with me tonight and said, okay, give me some questions and I'd love to answer them for the channel. I follow the channel and you know, I really enjoy it. So I sent him over some questions as a City fan living in Germany, and basically just said to him, you know, give us some details about how you became a Man City fan in Germany, considering all the other teams that you could support. I also asked him about Hoffenheim in general, because they've got a sort of almost similar sort of background to us, even though their takeover and investment happened sort of 28, nearly 30 years ago. And I have read some negative articles about how German football fans in general have, you know, given them the whole new money and, you know, that type of thing. You know, you're trying to buy success, and so I just thought, is that true? Is there any comparisons with Manchester City? I also asked him about Hoffenheim as a team and how they're doing this season. Is there any danger players that we should look out for tomorrow night? And then asked him about German football in general and what are his thoughts on it, and give us some idea of, you know, how strong it is compared to the Premier League. I also asked him about, is there anywhere City fans should go if they get there early tomorrow or even this evening, and go and visit in the area. It's only a small community. So anyway, and finally I just said to him, you know, give me a little bit of information about Manchester City and who your favourite players, and you know, what you think of this season and the score prediction tomorrow. So we're going to show you this now. This is Tobias from Germany. If you see him around, for guys who are going and ladies and, you know, football fans in general who are going tomorrow, and if you recognise him, go over and give him a pat on the back and introduce yourself as a Man City fan. I'm sure he'd really appreciate that, because I can't believe there are that many of them in the region where he lives. So anyway, don't forget, guys, episode 5, I think it is, the final, or 6, the final episode of the Sharon Latham video I'm going to try and get edited sometime tomorrow, depending after the game, or Wednesday, and I'll get that out. And that's all about Sharon's, what happened when she left City, why she left, and what she's doing now with the likes of, we chat about Noel Gallagher, and how she goes on tour with Noel, and takes all his photographs, and her being at the Toronto Film Festival and interviewing friends who are likes of Jude Law, Sienna Miller, and she talks about her photographic career and her website and her business interests. And we did chat. It was ironic because we did chat about Vincent Kompany's testimonial year, but of course, you know, I was privy to that conversation and I couldn't really say anything about it. But you know, what Vinny's plans are in the future, not just for this year of his testimonial year, but how he's gonna look after that charity for the rest of his life, was really fascinating. And Sharon, I hope I'm not saying this out of turn, but she was talking to me about Noel Gallagher's never done a book before, and this is a photographic book of images that Sharon's took in conjunction with Noel Gallagher. I think it's going to be announced, I hope it already has been announced, but very shortly, on this first book by Noel Gallagher with Sharon's photographs inside. That'll be coming soon. So anyway, enjoy that episode, the final episode, when I finally get round to it. I'm sorry, it's been really busy. I've been working all weekend as well. But anyway, back to the original subject. This is Tobias, and enjoy the video, guys. I can't wait to eventually get back in Manchester at some time soon, see some football live again. But this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Please don't forget to subscribe, click notification. It doesn't matter where we are in the world, we're still bringing you content every single day. Take care, Blues, and we'll see you soon.
Hi guys, my name is Tobias, I'm from Germany, and today I'm going to do the preview Manchester City against Hoffenheim on the Man City Fan TV channel. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I'm from Germany, I'm 19 years old. I play football in my free time. I'm a sports student in Saarbrücken. You can Google it up if you want to. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this video. So, the first question Annie wanted to know was, how did I start supporting City? When I was younger, I watched a lot of German football, like the Bundesliga or the second division here in Germany. But there were a program on a local TV station where the highlights of the Premier League were shown, and I instantly fall in love with the physical way British teams play. It's way more athletic, it's more pace-based, and it's, like I said, more physical. And I instantly liked that. And I started supporting City in 2012, where they were amazing, where they won their first league title in a very long time. And I instantly fall in love with the way they play. I liked the players, I liked how they play, and yeah, that's basically when I started supporting City. The second question Annie wanted to know is how the image of Hoffenheim is in Germany, because Manchester City and Hoffenheim had a very similar past. They both had financial takeovers, one a little bit earlier and City a little bit later, but you can compare them. Hoffenheim had a financial takeover in 1990. Before that, they were relegated into the German 8th or 9th division, and of course that was very bad for a kind of big club. So Dietmar Hopp, the owner of SAP, that's the sponsor, bought the club and invested in them. And within like the next 20 years, until 2008, they began to be a bit better. And you can't really compare it because the fans are very salty against Manchester City because they're only good because of money. And by Hoffenheim it isn't really the same, because they have been overtaken way back when most of the fans don't really remember it. It was, like I said, in 1990. So they kind of worked to get into the Bundesliga and to get into the Champions League for the first time in their career. And that's why the German fans aren't really obsessed about it or really bad or saying bad things about Hoffenheim. It's basically because it's just way more in the past than Manchester City. The next question is about how Hoffenheim play and what key players they have. I think you can compare the style Hoffenheim plays to Liverpool. because they're very compact at the back. They use pressing, they press a lot, and their coach Julian Nagelsmann is still very young. He's only like 31 years old, and it's kind of a unit. They play really good together, even though they don't really have like the best individual players. They play very good as a unit. So if you want to beat them, you basically have to play very good. They use the counter a lot. They sit back often. Of course, they can also do like expansive football in the offensive play, but it's pretty rare. It's just against big teams, Hoffenheim is very good, like I said, as a unit. They sit back, they pump the balls up to their strikers, which are very good, but I will talk about them later. And basically it's very counter-based, like Liverpool basically. The key players or the danger players we should watch for are definitely Kaderabek is very underrated, the right back. He's very technical gifted. He's a very good player, and we should watch our flanks. Then of course, like I said, Kramaric is very good. Their strikers are pretty good. Demirbay, I know he doesn't even play that often, but I think he's a very good player. They have a very good center back in Vogt, so we should really watch the creative part of the midfield, in the middle and on the flanks. Kaderabek, like I said before, is very good on the outside, and in the middle they are very creative. They can counter very good and very quickly, so we should basically play like we would play Liverpool. Score predictions. I'm going to say that we have to beat Hoffenheim. I know everybody underestimated Lyon, so we lost against them, but Hoffenheim, in my opinion, is not on the level of Lyon. We should definitely beat them. It's like playing against a low-tier Premier League side. They are going to sit back, they are very technical, unlike other Premier League sides, but I think we should play like we normally play. And if we do our football, if we play well, if we have a team spirit, we should definitely beat them. I'm going to say we are going to win 3-0. Yeah, Manchester City's last season, there isn't really much to talk about. It was just absolutely incredible. Like 100 points in the league is absolutely magnificent, and it's just basically it's a one in a lifetime experience. It's probably the best thing I've ever witnessed in my whole entire life when I talk about football, and it was just absolutely incredible. I loved it. I watched the All or Nothing documentary. It was just unbelievable to watch, and if you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend it. It was just amazing. And this season, well, the start was okay. I think the draw against Wolverhampton was alright. I think we didn't really deserve to win. And now we are leading the table again because Liverpool and Chelsea drew. And I think we will stay up there. No, really, I think we are going to win the Premier League again. I don't really think that we're going to win the Champions League. That would be absolutely incredible, but it's just too hard to win the Premier League and the Champions League. It's just very hard. Like, there are so many other teams like Juventus, Real Madrid. They are always good in every year. It's just hard. Champions League is a lot of luck, in my opinion. You have to be perfect on the day. There isn't really much room for errors, so the Champions League, you can't really predict who is going to win it, but I would love so. Okay, the last thing I want to say is thank you to Andy for having me on the channel. It was amazing, I liked it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Let's hope we will win it. Come on, City!